Thank you.
Suddenly you can hear. Somebody says suddenly you can hear.
Okay, they can hear it now.
We're back on. They can hear it.
So,
All right, if those that are listening online, if you cannot hear us, can you send a message in and let us know right now? We think we fixed the difficulty. We will go back and as I reported before, there'll be two opportunities for the public to speak. One at the end. We'll take a 2-minute break for anybody else to send in some messages and then answer those questions. We are going to redo the ordinance 2002, reintroduction of the bond. Stacy, if you want to read that.
bond ordinance providing for improvements to the courthouse and the administration building and the construction of an adjoining addition thereto by and in the County of Salem, State of New Jersey, appropriating $40 million therefor and authorizing $38,095,000 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof.
You've heard the reading of the bond ordinance. Do I have a motion for introduction?
Yeah, I move we approve it.
I second.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion amongst the freeholders? Hearing none, roll call.
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes.
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Yes.
5-0.
There is a public hearing and final adoption is set for June 3rd, 2020. Just to recap, the correspondence, the committee and commission minutes were all approved and unanimously, same as the payment of bills and claims. There is no treasurer's report tonight, which brings us to the resolutions. Administrative Committee, Stacy.
A1, resolution urging Governor Murphy to reopen Salem County. Wherefore, pursuant to several executive orders, Governor Phil Murphy has essentially shut down all business operations and recreational activities in the County of Salem due to the COVID-19 virus, leaving the County of Salem completely frozen economically since March 9th, 2020. And wherefore, Governor Murphy's orders are oppressive and place undue restrictions on the constitutional rights afforded to all citizens of the County of Salem, such as the inherent rights of freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, and freedom to enjoy life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And wherefore, Salem County is uniquely vulnerable economically in that it consists of mainly small businesses and farms, and thus the working families of our county are in dire need of immediate reopening of our businesses to support our economic well-being. Too many of our residents remain out of work and are struggling to support themselves and their families during this time. And wherefore, the COVID-19 pandemic has also created a backlog in the state unemployment system, preventing our residents from filing for benefits and also from receiving their money, which has also created an undue hardship on the financial stability on the residents of the County of Salem. And wherefore, this situation not only impacts the county financially, but it also has an adverse impact on the mental and emotional well-being on its citizens. And wherefore, the implementation of said orders have different impacts on areas throughout the state of New Jersey and should not be enforced in a uniform manner throughout the state. For example, the County of Salem is entirely unique to the northern regions of the state and therefore should not be confined to the same rules and restrictions that have been placed on the more populous regions. And wherefore, current statistics suggest that Salem County has suffered a mild outbreak of the COVID-19 virus and a downward trend is underway. The county's total positive cases represent just 0.06% of Salem County's population. And wherefore, while the governor has established a task force to assist in the reopening of the state of New Jersey, it does not represent the interest of the County of Salem. There is no one representing small business or agriculture on the panel, and these areas of business represent most of Salem County. Thus, the citizens of the County of Salem are demanding their voices be heard and interests defended at the state level. And wherefore, on May 18th, 2020, Governor Murphy unveiled a multi-stage approach to execute a responsible and strategic restart of New Jersey's economy, consisting of a three-stage process guided by plans for a methodical and strategic reopening of businesses and activities based on level of disease transmission risk and essential classification. And wherefore, President Trump's Opening Up America Again guidance suggests that state and local officials need to tailor reopening plans to local circumstances. Rural and suburban areas where outbreaks have not occurred or have been mild should be reopened more quickly than more metropolitan areas. And wherefore, the governor of the state of New Jersey should heed the federal recommendations and guidance and allow for the immediate reopening of areas of mild outbreak, such as the county of Salem, so as to encourage economic activity so desperately needed throughout our state, and to allow citizens to restore a semblance of normality. And wherefore, other states such as Delaware and Rhode Island are more similar to the socioeconomic structure of the county of Salem and have already successfully implemented reopening plans, and therefore that precedent should be followed more closely for our region. And wherefore, consensus has been built by and between our business community and our municipal and county governments to accept this reality and work with the state and its administration on a reopening that invests in the safety of the community and the dampening of the spread of the virus. And wherefore, in furtherance thereof, Salem County Board of Chosen Freeholders has established a task force to assist with the reopening of public facilities and businesses within the county, which has determined that now is the time to open the county of Salem, and will assist the county in developing economic recovery strategies to assist our businesses in furtherance thereof. And wherefore, while the county of Salem does not condone civil disobedience, it does recognize and acknowledge the frustration of its residents to the oppressive nature and unconstitutionality of the restrictions placed upon them by the governor of the state of New Jersey. And wherefore, the county of Salem is urging that the governor of the state of New Jersey permit all businesses to reopen immediately, subject to mitigation protocols to provide for the safety and wellness of its residents, or in the alternative to all the county of Salem, or the alternative to allow the county of Salem to immediately open pursuant to stage 3 as per the May 18, 2020 implementation plan as referenced herein. Now be it resolved, the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Salem hereby urges that Governor Phil Murphy immediately permit the County of Salem to open all businesses and recreational activities to the public at this time, subject to mitigation protocols to provide for the safety and wellness of its residents, or in the alternative to allow the County of Salem to immediately open pursuant to stage 3 as per the May 18th, 2020 implementation plan as referenced herein.
Well said.
Thank you, Stacy. We're gonna just take that one resolution, and I'll accept the motion for that.
So moved that we adopt that resolution.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call.
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes.
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Absolutely yes.
5-0.
If you'll continue on with the rest of the administrative committee.
A2, resolution to amending the policy and procedure handbook. A3, resolution appointing a member to the Salem County Agricultural Development Board. A4, resolution amending resolution 2019-247, awarding a contract for procuring voting machines and support services for the County of Salem. A5, resolution awarding a contract Mid-Atlantic States Career and Education Center training facility restroom renovation. A6, finance resolution cancellation of check. A7, resolution declaring an emergency and authorizing emergency repairs to an elevator. A8, resolution declaring an emergency and authorizing emergency repairs to fire alarm system. A9, resolution waiving the interest a municipality is required to pay the county.
You've heard the reading of these 8 resolutions. What is your pleasure?
I move we adopt the 9 resolutions.
8.
8 resolutions.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on these resolutions? Hearing none, roll call.
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes.
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Yes.
5-0.
C, Economic Development Public Works Committee and resolutions.
C1, resolution to approve a state equipment use agreement. C2, resolution approving the acceptance and execution of an agreement with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the fiscal year 2020 Salem County Railroad Rehabilitation Program, Chestnut Run Culvert Replacement under the Rail Freight Assistance Program, agreement number 7115328. C3, resolution approving the execution of change order number 2, removal of beam guide rail and installation of the beam guide rail at various locations throughout the County of Salem, second year option.
You've heard the reading of these 3 resolutions. What's your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I motion that we adopt these resolutions.
I'll second that.
I do have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes.
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Yes.
5-0.
Health and Human Services and Education resolutions.
D1, resolution for the completion of the federal 2020 annual certifications and assurances for federal transit administration assistance as required by New Jersey Transit Corporation for the 5311 Royal Transportation Grant. D2, resolution authorizing the freeholder chair and the clerk of the board to sign the health service grant application for the 2020-2021 local core capacity infrastructure for bioterrorism preparedness. D3, resolution accepting and executing a grant from the New Jersey Department of Human Services Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services to provide creative and sustainable ideas in opioid use disorder.
You've heard the reading of these 3 resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I make a motion to adopt these resolutions.
Second?
I have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes.
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Yes.
5-0.
Public safety resolutions, please.
E1, resolution to approve a lease agreement for the Woodstown National Guard Armory Annex for the County of Salem. E2, resolution authorizing the continuation of a contract for group health insurance and administration for the Salem County Correctional Facility. E3, resolution approving participation with the State of New Jersey grant programs administered by the Department of Law and Public Safety, Division of Criminal Justice, State Office of Victim Witness Advocacy, V-17-19. E4, resolution of the Board of Chosen Freeholders authorizing application for a grant for the Prosecutor's Office from the Office of Justice Programs, OJP, Bureau of Justice Assistance Bulletproof Vest Partnership, BP program.
You've heard the reading of these 4 resolutions. What's your pleasure?
Mr. Director, I move that we approve the 4 resolutions.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes.
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Yes.
5-0.
Freeholders, do we have any old business? Hearing none. Any new business? Public announcements, freeholders?
Yes, I just wanted to comment, I've been in touch with Mr. Hannigan, and as you know, we're not having an open ceremony for Memorial Day. It's going to be done virtually in a limited capacity. I guess, Charlie, your brother's involved in doing that.
Yes.
The reason I bring it up, I am in receipt of a letter from President Roosevelt in 1944, citing the Quirk family for the service of their 9 children, 9 sons, and loss of 1 son in the South Pacific. And I'm going to try to get that to Mr. Hannigan to perhaps include in the virtual ceremony, but I certainly want to acknowledge the contribution the Quirks have made to the defense of our country.
Thank you. I do have a couple comments. One on the resolution that was passed. I was assured by Assemblyman John Berticelli that he would be putting it on the governor's desk. We thank John for that opportunity, and thank you. And a comment, this is more personal than anything. I'm very disappointed in the fact that the governor seems to have no restrictions on what he can do. We have no checks and balances in the state at this point. I have a personal belief that something needs to be done with the ability to call a state of emergency at least 3 times in a row without any legislature input. They are all our elected officials. They represent us, and we seem to have no representation from our local legislatures or throughout the state. So hopefully our legislatures take some sort of action that this date of emergency is adjusted in the future. That's more personal, and that's not a freeholder board comment. Anyone else with a comment and or announcement? For
Yeah, I would like to, I'd like to thank the people who helped the doctor and I on the task force for reopening Salem County with the work that was done and the letter sent out to the governor last week, reinforcing, well, the resolution actually reinforced, but we sent a letter to him explaining our situation, how we think Salem County should be open. So we appreciate the work that the committee that was put together helped with that. I just want to make sure everybody understands about, there's a lot of scamming going to go on in the county. And it used to be we worried about the seniors mostly, and we still do, but the scammers are now going to go after everybody. And no bank or credit card or anything like that I know of will call you up and ask you for information. If you call them, then they will, but they will not, none of them call you and ask you the pertinent information that they're asking on the phone and make you believe that they are whatever the company is. So just be highly aware of that. Do not give your information out to anyone. If you call them, then they'll require it. They don't call and ask for it, the best that I know. Just be careful. There's going to be a lot of it going on with this whole COVID thing.
If I can expand on that, just
Sure.
this evening on the news, I heard that there are people calling purporting to be investigating contact for COVID cases and asking people for personal information. So it's not just banking and credit cards and so forth.
Yes, that's what I mean. There's going to be a lot of scams coming up. So just be careful. Don't give them money over the phone. Do not pledge money over the phone.
Anyone else? I do want to thank all our employees who have been doing a great job. They're all essential for this county, and they've been working well. A special shout out to June Sieber, who's Department of Health, who's funding, following up on all the things that are going on around the county with testing. She is also working with the mental health board, putting together a commercial, and you should see it in the next, probably the next week, reaching out to those that have depression or mental issues. Please look for that, and we're concerned. This is supported by our neighbors at PSE&G, and we want to thank them publicly for their support in that. Now it's the time for public comment. If you haven't sent your comments in, you'll have two chances, one right now, and we're going to take a quick break and then come back to public comments again. Give you a chance to type them in. Stacy, what do we have?
Nothing so far.
Well, I have,
You have something?
yeah, I have to go out and then come back in and I'll see them all again.
Okay.
Most of them are just thank yous and
Okay.
She's going to read it.
So people are saying thank you. Teresa Davis says thank you. Sheriff Turner says thank you. Sharon Coleman says declare Salem County sanctuary state against Governor Murphy's edicts. Doing this in California. Cheryl Nelson says thank you for supporting our local small businesses and our local communities. Jeff McMaster says thank you, gentlemen. Casey Brown, wow, well said. Joanne says if we reopen, we need to strictly enforce the use of masks and social distancing. I don't see approval of a vaccine for at least 18 months. And that's it.
and there were a lot of hearts coming through as you
Yeah,
were reading
lot
the
of hearts.
resolution.
All right,
Thumbs up.
I do want to read one letter that we got. Nurse Jess, good morning. I so appreciate you for your patience, kindness, and understanding, and wish to add that your professionalism. I was reading the signs last week, and the one line read, turn your head back and relax, and we will swab your nose. All I could say was, oh Lord, repetitively, and you assured me it would be quick and gentle, and you kept your word. You were such a blessing and made that much easier to return. You rock. Thank you, Angel. And put a couple scripture verses. She appreciates with what our team has been doing out there, and they have been doing a great job. So, all right. And we also want to recognize PSE&G also helped us there, and also the medical. Stacy, which medical team out there is helping us?
Oh.
Nurses.
The school nurses are helping, and the testing is done by the Salem, not Salem
Medical Center?
Not Salem Medical Center.
South Jersey.
South Jersey Medical Center here in
South Jersey,
Salem.
we want to give a shout out to them, so
Yeah.
thank you very much.
School nurses have been a big help. They've been amazing.
We do not have a closed session tonight?
Not to my
No
knowledge.
closed session.
No closed
All right, for those who want to send in a comment, we'll give you a couple minutes and we're gonna take a 2-minute break. So if you wanna kill the screen, we'll be taking a break.
Hi, Jeff. It's also a good year.
All right, welcome back. We do have at least one more comment. I do want to send my condolences to 2 great people in Salem County that passed recently. Bob Jack has passed away. We certainly will miss him. And also one of our longtime employees, Joseph John Dyer. And our prayers are with their family and our thoughts are with their family. So moving on, Stacy.
So Allison Marie says, thank you for all you do, and Jeff McMaster says, for upcoming open discussion. As Vice President of the Woodstown 4th of July Parade Committee, would like to discuss tomorrow evening we meet to move forward with the parade or cancel. The trustees would appreciate any input the board may have at this time.
Commenting from the board and us, we would love to have the parade as long as it can be handled safely. I think it's a great thing to continue on. To celebrate our heritage. Thank you. Anything else, comments for you?
Just gonna have to see if Stacy's emotional reading of that resolution does some good.
Oh, Patty
that won't be
Bama has,
There won't be a freeholders call, unfortunately, for the social gathering.
Patty Bamba from Carney's Point, she has, please add my thanks to the others, but I do have concerns with the immediate opening of all businesses. People are still dying from this thing. I lost an aunt last week, but I also have friends and family who own small businesses. I just hope people use caution.
I think,
As we all do.
I think right now we're getting close to the point where our cure is getting worse than the disease. I think we need to protect our vulnerable, but we do need to open up. Our next meeting is on June 3rd. It's at 4 o'clock. It'll again be, we anticipate it being electronic media. If the governor so moves and opens up our county, it may be both. There is a change for our next freeholder meeting after the 4th, after the June 3rd. The meeting on June 17th has been rescheduled for June 24th. So if you're going to be attending or you want to mark your calendars, we're moving our meeting from June 21st to June 24th. Any other comments, freeholders, or anything from the public? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
I have a motion and second. Any discussion? No? Roll call?
Freeholder Ostrom.
Yes.
Freeholder Hassler.
Yes?
Freeholder Ware.
Yes.
Deputy Director Griscom.
Yes.
Director Laurie.
Yes.
We have a 5-0.
We are adjourned. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep.
Fine job, everybody.